Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Go, son. Come on. 58, come on. Watch the screen. Pass.
On first down, it's Darnold. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
nah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2 at the Bears' 10-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
He's coming. We got double up. Check 13.
Darnold a sneak, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oh, no dice there. That is excellent penetration. They give him no lane whatsoever to try and sneak the football across, and in fact, he'll wind up losing ground on first down.
On second down now, Moses. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is third and goal. Darnold now to throw. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. Touchdown Broncos. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Hard. Hard. Switch. Hey. High 7. Yo, real five.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
60 on. 57. Hey, tight. Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And the Broncos first down.
Darnold on first down. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
Here goes Hunt. 94 is the mark. I'm not ready.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Go 50 inches the mic. Come on, man. Come on, let's go.
On 3rd down, Moses. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Broncos 14. Bears nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
At the 41-yard line.
We're going to sign. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the pass.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the 50, it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep left sideline, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0.
Bears nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught at the 10. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 56 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bradley Chubb, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this one to Galladay. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. To Mixon on the check down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Darnold from the red zone now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold, he gets this one to Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Broncos 28, Bears nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. X3. 2 and 5.
2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Darnold now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Now it's Darnold. Toward the pylon, caught. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? To the air again, Darnold. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Ready? They'll throw now on the final play. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. Makes it third down and 12 yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but first and 10 here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
In your face.
6'6", pull it high.
He's coming, double up.
Second and 11. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Ready, break.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, seam six. Seam six. Hey.
Wild Bill.
Right out.
They'll drop to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Yeah. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 33. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Come on. Kill.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Joe Mixon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
58 to Mike. Check pass. Check pass.
Again, it's Mixon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
It also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Ready. 50, plant.
Number 53, Mike 53. You don't want none.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll look to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down again. Bradley Chubb, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Broncos 69, Bears nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Throwing after the interception. Jarrett steps away to his left. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 15. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Vaughn. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
We're going to sign 58 to Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
And they take a knee.
Donald on the keeper.
We're going to sign.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 46.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Denver, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.